This is part 2. I mentioned in part 1 that I've been getting urgings from the Lord since November 5th when I posted the first video to do a follow-up. And I've been resisting it, putting it off, or trying, and it's not working. Plus trying to figure out what can I say that would be of use or benefit to others. So I'm going to make these short videos so it's not me rambling on for 18 minutes. There's 3 things I want to mention or cover is what it means to have your house in order, a particular type of sin that often goes overlooked, and the mark of the beast. From my perspective, I'm a very practical person. And so when I think about what it means to get your house in order, I know it doesn't mean clean the bathrooms and arrange the patio chairs, but hopefully I won't be living in this house after the rapture, and someone else might be. So there's 3 things that I recommend. Is writing a left behind letter, and I'm sure you can Google this to get a draft to work with and customize, explaining what happened to everyone that's gone, explain that there's going to be a mass deception. So that's one thing. Then the other thing is the ABCs of salvation. Again, something you can Google and I'm sure just download. Leave that there. There's a book called Where are the Missing People, written by Jimmy Evans, which I recommend, and I'll put a link in the description. And of course, Bibles. So that's what I think of when I think of get your house in order. Plus, in terms of a familial ordering, think about what reconciliation you need in your family. There's grudges, bitterness, unforgiveness. Pray over them, even if they're not present in your physical house. And this is a tough one for me, but I'm praying. We're supposed to love our enemies, forgive our enemies, just like Jesus did on the cross, and just bless them as much as possible. No matter what they've done, how they've hurt you in the past, it's going to be very freeing if you can get over that and just start praying for them. Next topic is sin. So I read a year or 2 ago that the worst sin by the consensus of the theologians is actually pride. We don't think about pride all that much, but the premise of this is that it's the root of other sins. I think sometimes people think envy. I'm not going to kind of slice and dice which one is the worst, but you can see how pride underlies other sins in the form of lack of compassion, lack of forgiveness, lack of charity. It shows up as judgment, wrath, unforgiveness, self-righteousness, and another one is gossip. It came to my attention late last year as I was sitting with someone talking. It was a new person I had just met, and I could not believe the amount of gossip that she was spewing. It was so distasteful about other people. And of course, it's about other people. And I thought to myself, wow, this person suddenly became very unattractive to me. So I once heard that there's sort of a criteria for gossip. If it doesn't meet all 3 criteria, it's gossip. One is it kind? Is it accurate? And is it necessary? If it doesn't meet all 3, it's gossip to a degree. So we're all prone to it, but it's something to keep in mind. And I do think it relates to pride. So enough on that. I want to talk about the mark of the beast real fast. Something that hit me recently, and I don't go into the book of Revelations a whole lot. It kind of scares me, so I like to get in and get out. Reading the scripture more carefully, there's a word or phrase in there that really struck me, and it says, the name or the number of the beast calculates to 666. Now, many people, whether they're believers or not, know that number is evil. It shows up in Hollywood films over the years. They know it's not something that is good. But what they don't know is that evil disguises itself. It knows how to overcome inhibition. Sometimes when evil wants to impose itself on a people or society, it manufactures a situation or a calamity that overcomes that resistance and actually causes people to embrace whatever it is they're trying to impose. And we've seen this in history. So if they know that people are going to see 666 and reject it, may not know that scripture that says it calculates to. So I don't know what form it's going to take, but many of you know about Neuralink, which is Elon Musk's company that is implanting chips in people's heads. I'm sure some of it is for good, but be careful. The wolf comes in sheep's clothing. Another thing that they do is they will start to condition us. And this happens throughout history, where something that looks fairly benign at first starts to evolve into something that is evil, but it's almost something that you can't avoid because you're so steeped or deep in it. There's a little kind of metaphor. If you want to cook a frog, you don't put it in a pot of boiling water. You put it in a pot of cold water and slowly turn up the heat so it doesn't even realize it's being cooked. So I would definitely recommend putting that on the Left Behind letter, because we know it's better to be martyred for Christ during the tribulation than to take the mark and not be able to enter the kingdom. Whether it's by beheading or some other means, implore upon them more than anything else. I'd rather starve to death than have to take that mark. And so that's all I wanted to say for this video. Hope it was a little bit more on point and helpful. I might do a third one. I have to think about what I'm going to say, but thank you for listening, and God bless you.